6 inches of snow last night. So it's cold and very icy here. But I saw that northern Colorado is like, all my friends are like, -6, -10. And I was like, oh, I do not miss that at all.
Yeah, it is not fun. I think I've stayed home for the last like 48 hours.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now I'm looking outside my window and there's like a layer of snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, yeah, no.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's warm.
I know. Yeah. No, my parents, they got like 8 inches, like in southwestern Colorado right now. They got so much snow and it's still snowing and it is insanity down there right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so I am also glad that we didn't get that much snow. I mean, our last snow we got like 3 feet, but
Yeah.
I'm thankful this storm that just came through was not very much. So I'm ready for the beach. I'm ready for sunshine.
Yes, so am I. I am planning a trip for probably next month to visit my other best friend. And I was talking to her this week and I was like, hey, so do you think like end of March, like you guys won't be so cold? She lives in Indiana and she's like, um, she's like, it depends. Like sometimes it's cold and sometimes it's spring-like. And I'm like, I just need you to tell me it's gonna be spring-like.
Just tell me. Just get my hopes up.
So
Yeah,
just
I can relate.
quickly want to say hi, Misty. She just dropped us a comment.
Oh, hi. Thank you for saying hi.
Thanks for
Aw,
joining us.
yes. So
So
exciting. I should have been looking at that, but thank you for monitoring that because I can't figure out how to do that when I'm like on my phone and my computer because oh, that's right. I got to mute my phone, right? Is that how we figured out how to do that?
I don't know.
I'm still learning. I have no idea.
I know we're still learning. We're getting better. No, I think I just have it on I just have my Facebook page up right now.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, look, mute. I can mute that. Nope. Oh, okay, there you
I
go.
have it muted on my Facebook page if that helps.
Okay, yes, that's what I did too just now. Okay, yay. Yay. Okay.
I feel like we're both having a really good hair day because we keep doing this unless we're both really nervous.
Well, like, okay, so this piece here, like, just, okay, so I did my hair yesterday, and then this is like the leftovers. But
Mhm.
this piece here just is rogue. Like, it just doesn't want to do anything. So I should probably pin it, but I'm just too lazy to pin it right now. So,
All good. All good.
yeah.
I just keep touching mine because it's so soft and
Oh.
it's straight. So
I know when I straighten my hair too, it's the same thing. Like it's so soft and shiny and I love it. So I get it. Totally get it.
yeah.
Um, but yes, so should we move on to the actual like podcast information?
Yeah. Yeah. So thanks everyone for who's joined so far and letting us just chat it up. But yes, so for today, we had this crazy idea while we were talking about topics weeks ago about what's in our bags, right? Like totally like figurative, not figuratively, practically, right? Like literally like what's in our purses and like what are some things that we like carry around as women, because as women, we're known to have like big purses sometimes and lots of stuff in them, and sometimes like the whole everything but the kitchen sink type thing. And yeah, so we kind of made this into a topic, and not just about, we're going to show you some things that are in our purses. I don't know if I should be nervous. Um, and I picked like the smallest purse I have, which is quite funny. But also talk about kind of what are some of the things we carry with us daily, whether that's negative, positive thoughts, whether that's goals, dreams, whether that's whatever that is, right? Just what do we carry with us? And so that's kind of where this is all coming from, right? I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about this topic?
So I'm really excited. I will preface the fact that my purse, I feel like it's big, but it has downgraded because I no longer have toddlers. Okay. When I had smaller children, I like carried everything but the kitchen sink. Okay, let's be real here.
Yeah.
So my children, you know what I mean? Like when you have toddlers, and I had one that actually had a pacifier obsession. And so I carried all the extras. And I was also a cloth diapering mom. So I brought everything. I brought the cloth diaper covers. I brought the cloth diaper wraps or whatever, and the little snappies and the wet bags and the wipes and the all the things. Okay, so I lugged it all. But thankfully, they're a little older now, and I don't have to do that. So I do have a bag,
Okay.
and
I feel like we need a drum roll.
okay, I don't do drum rolls. Okay, so my bag is a lot smaller right now, and it's the beautiful bag that I earned from Miss Ann Fisher. Okay, so I earned this bag by hustling my business. Okay, so there's a lot in here. Okay, I don't know where to start. I'll start with the simple things. I'll start with one thing. I'll do one thing, and then you do one thing.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, cool. Okay, so perfect. So my first thing I'm going to start with is just kind of fun. These are my sunglasses, my Quay sunglasses. And I don't know if you can see this, but they are glittery.
Yes.
Okay.
Like outside, I'm like tracing it with my finger like everyone.
Okay, and the actual lenses have glitter on them too. Like,
ooh,
they are so, like, I don't know if you call them bougie, but they are kind of bougie. Okay, so like I love them, and I don't even care. They're huge, and my husband makes fun of me, but I'm like, but the bigger they are, like the more they protect from the sun. So, you know. So yeah, so this is one thing in my purse right now. So
all right. Well, let's see. So I have this little purse that has like stuff sticking out of it. I like switch on and off between this and my computer bag. So I figured my computer bag was a bit big, and there's lots of stuff in it right now. So I thought I would go with this one. So the first thing I'm actually going to pull out are my keys. I have like, I feel like this is really bad, and I think they say it's really bad to have like this many keys on your keychain.
yeah, it's bad for your like starter or something.
Yeah, so I probably should change that. But I have like a ton of stuff. I have my office keys, my house keys, probably other random keys that I don't know where they go to, all sorts of fun stuff. So yeah, so that was like the first thing. I obviously can't live without these because they lock up my house, they help me get places, they open up my office for work. So yeah, my lovely lots of keys. I feel like a very important person when I have lots of keys.
I love it.
All right, what's next? What else do you got?
Okay, next. Okay. My next thing are lip glosses. So
I love lip glosses.
oh yeah, I love lip gloss, and I love glitter. If you can't tell already, like I love glitter. I just got this one. This is my newest one. It's from Beautycanner, and it's like a non-toxic brand too, because I like supporting brands that are supposed to be healthy for you, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's glittery. And I don't even care that like.
So everyone should put their sunglasses on because Leslie's lips just like outshined our.
I know, yeah. Are they yeah, no, like it kind of makes me sad that we have to wear masks everywhere because nobody gets to see my sparkle lips, but whatever.
That's so funny. I had that thought the other day while I was putting on makeup, and then thought, why am I putting on makeup on the bottom half of my face? Like I should just do makeup here and up. So looks good though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what I have. I'll take this one out first. So I have this book. that my friend Mariah gave me, and I like consistently am always trying to read this book and then never get to it. So I've been carrying it with me so that when I have like a moment that I'm like sitting in my car waiting on something or whatever that is, like I can pull this book out and read it. But yes, I'm excited to read it. I've heard it's really good, but I have not been able to read past like the first 2 pages.
You'll get there. I actually listened to that one on audio.
Ooh.
Because I did the same thing. I kept trying to read it, and it never happened. So I finally got it on audio, and that's how I read it.
Nice. Sweet. Well, I'm excited then to read it.
Okay. Next thing. Oh, here we go. My planner.
The fancy planner.
Yes, it's the new one for the year. It says Adventure Awaits.
Yeah.
So I like to have my planner, I like them to be pretty because I got one given to me for this year that was free, and it was super basic, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna do free because it's free. I hated it. I mean, it like kind of did the job, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty. But, and then Penny has it. Yeah. So anyways, so I like to, I have to write everything down. After having kids, my brain like turned to mush, and they call it mommy brain or mommy mush brain or pregnancy brain. Yeah, all of those things are very true. It really does like destroy your memory. And so I can't remember. Yeah, I cannot remember anything. So I have to write it down. If it doesn't get written down, then I don't remember it, and it doesn't happen, or it never happened because I didn't write it down. So yeah, I have to do that because it's the only way I can stay accountable. So I have tried putting things into my phone, and I do, I do put it, like I keep track of Google Calendar because my husband uses Google Calendar, so we can sync our things together. So like my work calendar goes on there so he knows when I'm working. The girls' dance calendar goes in there so that he knows when they have dance. But as far as like my personal appointments and things like that, goes in here so that I know, oh, I need to make this phone call right now, or I need to talk to someone about this. It goes into my planner. So
it sounds like it's like your lifeline.
It is a little bit. Yep. So
there's that. So I have lots of other random things in here, but I'm just gonna go with this. I have a spoon. You should always carry silverware with you, right? I was waiting for you to pull one out, actually. I thought you were pulling out a spoon.
No. I was like, oh, I got some more rando. I'm thinking of the more random things I'm going to pull out next. Yeah.
So I had that. And then I think this is like, so I have a few other things in here, but I think this is one of the most random things I could have in here. And I can't even use it anymore. But do you know what this is?
Nope.
So I took a CPR class like a year ago, or maybe 2 years ago. And no, I think it was a year ago. And they give this to you.
Is it to blow in someone's trach?
No, it's supposed to be part of like a mouthpiece so that you could breathe into their mouth. But like, it's not like it's sanitized because they just like gave it to me and then I just kept it in my purse. So like I can never use this. But I have it. I don't know why. So super random. But I'm CPR certified if anyone ever needed to know that.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
In case I need that when we're together.
Yes, this is true. And I can tell you a story about my friend choking and like a group of us all yelling at each other while she was choking. And so Tiffany, if you were watching this, or Brandon, if you're watching this, and you know this story, it's one of the most funniest stories because my friend Tiffany was choking and there was like 3 of us, we're all fighting and yelling at each other saying who's gonna help her. And we just ignored her the whole time while she was choking. Yeah, it's like not our finest moments, but we definitely laughed about it after she was okay.
Oh my
But now
gosh.
I'm
Well, I'm
certified.
glad she's okay and that you guys like figured yourselves out there.
Yeah. So now I'm certified. So now I know what I'm doing.
Good. Yay.
All right, what you got?
Okay. So I carry these around and I hardly ever use them, but I have a whole set of, oops, there goes one, of lenses for my cell phone.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that like a photographer thing?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so like they clip on to my phone and like I've got like star filters and a zoom filter. I've got fish eyes. Yeah, like
What?
all the things. So
You're such a photographer. So if you're listening and you're in the Arizona area, like Leslie's a photographer.
I'm a photographer.
And
Yes.
she could
So
do care of the moment too, because she's got like hookups for her phone.
I know. I can just like whip my phone out apparently. Yes. So they always come with me everywhere but I hardly ever use them because I mean, who has time for that, I guess. I don't know.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
All right. So like this random set, I'm gonna do a random set of things. I have, and you can tell like when you're working your business, right? I have like little sets of this.
Shut
Which
up. Look.
you have sets of this.
Okay. Boom. I have my business card and samples in my bag too.
Yes.
My other ones. Maybe that's it. I had like, oh, there it is. Boom. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, I love that we each have different things.
I know. What's yours?
I have Monet Black.
Uh-huh.
I have leave-in conditioner. And then I have my business card.
Oh my gosh. I have my business card. I have the Replenish mask and the Rejuvenique oil.
So fun.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Leslie and I, and if you haven't watched our episode 1 that talks about how we met, you should go back and watch it. But we're both shampoo dealers. So if you are looking to upgrade your hair care, skincare, and wellness line, we're the girls.
Yeah, we can hook you up. We have the hookup to some really amazing products. Just saying.
Yeah. So
that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now my most random thing. You want to see it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Do you know what this is?
Is that like
it's my whisker shaver.
That's what this was. Did you get that?
Yeah. It's a whisker shaver. I shave my whiskers on my chin here.
That's awesome.
I have PCOS and thyroid issues, so I have hirsutism, so I get some manly whiskers right here, and so I used to get them waxed because who wants whiskers on their face when you're a woman? Yeah. I guess some women totally embrace it, and that's more power to them. Like, yeah, I love you for it, and I'll love you however you want to wear your facial hair. But I don't like it. And so I used to, but you have to grow them out at least 1/4 of an inch before your esthetician can wax that off. Oh. And mine are dark. And no. So yeah, so now I shave. And so I just, and I take care of it. And I have a shaver in my bathroom too. But if I forget to do it and I'm on my way to work, then I can just, and I just take care of it. And I had a friend that was like, you don't shave your whiskers off. And I was like, you can do that? Like, I didn't realize that women could do that. And she was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, mind blown. Like, I thought if I was afraid if you shaved it, it'd get worse and I'd like grow a beard and be a man. And she was like, no, just zzz, and that's good. And I was like, where has this been my whole life? Like, yeah, no, so yeah.
Do you feel like it's reduced it? I'm totally like asking personal question here. Do you feel like it's reduced like how often they grow out?
No, because I definitely have hirsutism and I'm on hormone therapy so that it doesn't get worse. Okay. So thankfully it's not getting worse. But I'll deal with it for always.
Yeah.
Once hopefully my other hormones and stuff get balanced, I would like to get electrolysis, official electrolysis to take care of all that. But
Yeah.
for now, I'll just use my little whisker trimmer. And yeah, my my good friend slash boss actually got me that for Christmas, that particular one. And
Nice.
it's like so smooth when I do it. I love it. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay. I have one more thing. I'm looking because I thought I had some other random stuff, but I think the most random thing I have in here, you're gonna laugh. I'm laughing.
Oh, I can't.
Is a tire pressure gauge.
Yeah. I don't know if that's really that random because you like have your purse in the car when you're driving. And then if you like stop for gas, you pay for gas, you need your purse, and then you check your tires.
Yeah, maybe, but I thought most people leave it in their car, like in their glove compartment.
Yeah, mine's in like my little like armrest thingy.
Yeah, I don't know why I have this in my purse though, because I like never check my tires myself. I take them in checked. So most random thing.
Yeah, that is pretty random. Okay, I was trying to like make you feel better.
Yeah. So out of all those, I mean, there's tons more I have in my purse, but we're gonna talk about other stuff. But out of all the things that was in your purse that you shared, what's your favorite thing?
Favorite thing or thing I need the most?
Either one. This is gonna be added to our favorite thing list.
Oh my gosh, how do I choose?
I know.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. You go first.
Oh God. Okay, so I had one more thing in my purse that I did not share, so I'm gonna share that.
Okay, is that your favorite thing then?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it is my sun veil for my skin. So it's the sun veil is sunscreen. It's daily mineral high protection broad spectrum SPF 30. And living in Colorado, we are in higher altitude, so closer to the sun. So this is like my favorite thing. I keep this in my purse all the time to put some on if I'm going to be outside for a while. So my favorite thing. That was in this purse. Say that. And that was maybe my other favorite thing.
Yeah. I think my favorite right now is probably the lip gloss because I love it. And it makes me sad that I can't just like flaunt it everywhere. Yeah, I think so.
So your lip gloss that you keep puckering your lips with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, showing it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That.
All right. So I know we just shared like tons of the random things in our purses. But let's talk a little bit about kind of what this what's in your bag topic kind of like sparked for us, which was a deeper conversation of like what are some of the things that we carry around with us on a daily.
Yeah, some of the emotional baggage or
non-baggage, could be both. Yeah. I have both.
I know, right? Well, so some of the things like I'm learning to unpack. So it's really interesting because I feel like, let me start with some negatives and then things that I'm trying to like kind of work on the positives. How about that? So I feel like for a long time, I felt really like unworthy as a friend, as a woman, as or maybe not even unworthy, but inferior. Like I felt like I was never good enough. Like I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't a good enough friend. I don't know, I didn't make enough money, or I didn't have the right clothes, or I didn't have the right shape, or I didn't have the right hairstyle or the right makeup or the right whatever, like it was always like I'd be in a group of women and I just felt so insecure. And it was this almost like this, it was lies I was telling myself, of course, but it was like you'd hear something, oh, so and so said this about you, and then it like becomes a truth to yourself, you know what I mean? And so then you start that whatever the opinion that person had becomes a truth that you start telling yourself. Okay, and so I walked around for a long time always telling myself that I was inferior. And so I feel like that was something that I carried around for years. And it wasn't until probably the last, like, honestly, like the last 7 months or so, probably around the time when the pandemic hit, actually, is when I started finally looking at myself and being like, who am I? Who do I want to be? Like, what kind of life do I want to create for myself? And I'm going to go after that. I don't care what other people think, and maybe some of that is because I'm in my 30s now and I'm finally learning that I don't care what other people think. Like, of course I care what my husband thinks. I care what my kids think, but I'm finding my tribe of people, my group of women that love me for who I am. And I don't have to prove myself to them. You know what I mean? And it's been a journey because, I mean, let's be real here. Some women never grow out of high school. They are always catty. They are always talking about people behind their backs. They are always just, I don't know. It's like there's something inside of them that makes them feel better when they're putting other people down. And so I am finally at a place where I'm like, I don't want that drama. I don't want that life. And so I'm going to pursue this other avenue, and I'm going to take the higher road because it's less stressful. I don't need that stress in my life. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm in this place of self-discovery or rediscovery, and I'm learning to love myself again. And that's been really interesting because of like my physical health issues that I'm discovering and getting, taking care of and stuff, and how that affects the way I feel, the way I look, my actual health. And I'm learning to love myself in that space as well, and so that's just something that I've come to kind of terms with, and I'm learning to process through right now. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. So it's promising and exciting. And like I said, I'm developing that tribe of women that I authentically love and that authentically love me. And so I would rather have, one or two of those people in my life than a handful or 10 different people that don't really care. So,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I completely get that. And I think it's really interesting that you talked about this kind of like happening like 6-7 months ago, or like in the beginning stages of the pandemic, because for me, I think that's when things changed as well in regards to some like negative self-talk and things that I've been carrying around for a long time. Like I had someone in my life who was not maybe the most uplifting, maybe at times not the most encouraging, not the person that would like be like, hey, no, like things are going to be okay. And so there was a lot of negative self-talk that like came from that, of having that influence in my life. And it wasn't probably until about 6-7 months ago that I was like, yeah, nope, not doing this anymore. Like, nope, I'm not going to continue to believe the lies that like I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy of whatever it was that I wanted at that time, or what, whatever those thoughts were. But like very similar negative self-thinking that I was carrying. Like, and not just like, oh, like that's there. I mean, like waking up and like putting it in my bag, right? And like legit carrying it with me every day until I was like, you know what, I kind of don't like this. Like this bag is getting a bit heavy and I need something to change. And I think it's so true. Like when you talk about having people in your life that authentically like you and you authentically like them, like that's huge in not just building relationships, but like creating life around you. So I have, oh, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
I was going to ask a question. So you talked about like, those are like really some negative thoughts, right? Thinking, self-talk. And like you have been trying to change that. So like what's like one thing you feel like you have put into practice to help you kind of reframe some of those thoughts?
So one thing that I've done is, so like I said, when you create those negative narratives, they become your truths because you're constantly telling yourself that. So for example, I think a lot of women can relate. Every time you walk by a mirror, you say something negative about yourself, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
so fat, so ugly, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever that may be. Like, and you say it every single time and it starts to become your truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just constantly goes into your brain, goes into your subconscious, and it becomes your truth. So I needed to flip that narrative. So anytime I started to think those thoughts, I would reverse it. I would stop it in its tracks and I would say something else. I would think something else. It's a process. So of course, when I, you know, see something in the mirror that I don't like, I have to walk away or, you know, change my thought patterns. And that's hard. That's really hard to change your thought patterns, to focus on something you like, to focus on something positive, and to, I don't know, for me specifically, you know, I just think about how strong I am. Like I go to the gym and I lift and I love to lift. And so I focus on the fact that I'm gaining strength and I love that. And I've had kids, you know, like my body created these little beings inside of me and that's amazing. And so I've been thinking about that and I put that back into my brain. And even if at times I don't really believe it, I still say those things to myself. You know what I mean? Like I still try and think those things because I want that to become my truth. Even if I don't believe it now, I still want it to become my truth. Another thing that I have done, and I feel like we might have talked about this before, but I don't remember if it was on the podcast or we were just talking about this, but I have those chalk pens and I write affirmations on my mirror. So sometimes it's like a Bible verse, or sometimes it's an inspirational quote that I've found on Pinterest that struck a chord with me. Or sometimes it's just something like, you are beautiful, you are capable, you are strong, whatever it is, you know, like something for a few days and then I get sick of seeing it and I changed it up. Or sometimes it stays up for weeks and weeks, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just kind of whatever I'm feeling in the moment. But I really do try to focus on the positive and try to stop the negative thoughts in their tracks, because it is easy to focus on the negative every single day. Whether that be, you know, I'm outside and I'm, oh, it's icy outside and there's a ton of snow and you know what I mean? Like just to try and be a more positive person in general, because that changes your entire outlook on life, which changes the whole way you think about yourself as well. So I don't know. That's just something that I do.
Yeah. So I think that's great, talking about like your truth and like reframing those negative thoughts, right? To create more positive thoughts. And so we did talk about the Sharpie on the mirror, not a Sharpie, like dry erase.
Yeah. Yes.
The mirrors. And we talked about that in our episode 2 regards to your self-care.
Yes.
and so that's like so huge, right? Like all of the stuff we're talking about kind of does play into self-care. But one of the things I did 6-7 months ago was I started giving permission to people in my life to like speak truth into my life, because it was really, really hard for me to reframe a lot of those negative lies that have become truths that are not really true. And like that was really hard. And so I like started reaching out to people in my life to be like I need you to like confirm this. I need you to like tell me if this is the lie. Like this is what it feels like it's that truth, but it's not. And I know it's not, like mentally I know it's not, but my heart doesn't believe it. And I
can't feel this. Yeah.
like I need people in my life to speak to that truth versus like right now I like at that time I didn't feel strong enough to speak that truth in my own life. And so that was really huge. And so learning to like take those things on and put those things in my bag instead of the negatives to carry with me throughout the day or the weeks or whatever it was.
I think you bring up a really good point that sometimes we can't do it alone. And it's such a good idea to ask for help when you need help. And I think, you know, our country doesn't do a good job of supporting mental health and supporting people when they're struggling with things that are hard to vocalize. And so I love that you reached out and you asked for help. I think that's a great strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really important. And I think, and like you said, right, like you were starting to like say, like, I want people who authentically like me, right? Like, and I think that was the same conversation I was having in my own head, but not having that out loud, right? Like that I really needed people who authentically just liked me for me, not for the things I can offer, not for anything, just me, right? Like, here's this is it.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Yep.
I had a question and now I can't think what it was.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did I distract you?
No, don't you just love when that happens?
Every time.
So we've talked a little bit about some of the negative things that we carry with us and how we're working on changing those. And that's kind of like this daily practice. What are some like goals and dreams that you carry with you that kind of like get you through the day?
Oh my goodness.
It's a loaded question.
I know. Okay, so dreams and goals. Oh my goodness. So why don't you go first?
Okay.
I mean, I know I've been thinking about this, but like you should go first.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think that keeps me going is this like dream and hopeful reality that I will be back in Ireland someday soon. So I know I feel like we've talked about it, but maybe like I've tried to like keep it on the DL. I feel like that was so 90s right there. But I am like obsessed with Ireland. I've been there. I love it. It's the place that I feel like at most peace. Like if you've ever felt like overwhelming peace from a location, it's like that times 10 for me. So I wake up daily like with the thought of like Ireland on my brain. And so some of the goals and dreams is that, or the dream is that I'll live there at least 6 months. And so I'm working towards that for hopefully within the next year to 2 years, sooner than 2 years. But that is like something that like I get out of bed and that's the first thing that goes in my bag. It's like Ireland. It just goes in there and I carry it with me because it makes me happy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's how I feel about the beach. There's something about a saltwater beach that makes me.
Yeah, that's like second.
Yes, it's like peace and tranquility and just like it feels like I'm at home. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So hard to describe, but
yes.
Yeah. What about you? What are some dreams or goals or
Oh my
Both
God.
are-
I know. It's so funny because I feel like a lot of my dreams and goals right now are so like um giant and huge and small and focused right now. Like I really like um so my little Monate business right now, like I want to grow that business so that I can afford to pay for my girls activities. I'd like to pay for all of them. And right now they only do competitive dance, but oh my gosh, competitive dance is very expensive. And they would like to add gymnastics to that. So I'd love to be able to just, do all that. Hi, baby.
Yeah.
My dog just walked up.
Aw.
And then like huge, big goals. I love traveling. I just want to be able to travel again. um, I, I just, and I want to take my husband with me. So that's like, those are kind of my goals. I mean, it feels like all of my goals are kind of financial right now because I want to be able to pay for those things.
Yeah.
So, ultimately, like we need to pay off our truck. We have a truck now and I don't know. So it's all financial stuff, which seems so petty, but it's like, like I want to be able to live in a place where we can, in a financial place where we can just, oh, you want to go to Bali this week? Sure. I don't know if and that just seems so huge. Like that seems almost unattainable. Like that's our goal and that's my like big vision. And I don't know. I feel like almost like I struggle with the idea of, is it selfish of me to want that as a goal? Is it, yeah. And I don't know, like where does the line between, because it is a financial goal, like am I that person that is becoming greedy? Like I don't want it to be a greedy thing. I want it to be like a family thing and an experience thing. And so yeah, I know that's like way more deep than what
No,
you
I
wanted.
love it.
But I feel like that's just what I've been struggling with, because right now it is like all of the goals that I have right now are kind of financially based. And so I don't want it to be like for the love of money. I don't want to be that greedy person. So how do I balance that? So, and I'm sure it's because, it's more of a heart issue. And so I don't know.
Or it's more of a perspective issue. Like
Yeah.
just, I know I hear that a lot from different people, like, oh, if I have the money to do all these things, like it doesn't make me selfish to want money, right? And to do those things. And I think like this is probably such a tangent, but I think my personal opinion is I think like the fact that you're asking yourself, like, is this greedy? Like that means like it's not. And it's like all about perspective and something I think society tells us, especially right now. And like, I feel like in the state of our country is like, if you're wealthy, like then that's such a negative when it's not. And it's what you do with that, right? Like, and how you manage that. And like you just said, like, you're like, I want this because I want it to be family time. And I want it to be like, we could just go do that, right? Like as a family or me and my husband or whatever, like that to me does not sound like the wantings of someone who's greedy. And
Thanks, friend.
you're welcome.
Not gonna, yeah.
I don't know if you didn't ask for my opinion, but
No, I'm so glad you gave it though, because seriously, it's been something that I'm thinking about, as my business is growing and things are happening and we are paying off our debt and my husband, as he moves up in his career and stuff, it's things that we've been talking about. And then as I'm, retrospectively thinking about my goals and my ambition and what that looks like, because I think you're right. There is a point where you have to say, okay, like maybe this will be a topic sometime, like how do you balance career and ambition and growth in a time where you're right, like in a time where we should be helping other people, and you don't want to like squish the underdog. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, okay, we can go over that later. But
I wrote it down.
Okay.
Yeah. So topic coming to you guys is career balance and like ambition. That in the coming weeks. I feel like we need like a little ad scrolling underneath. So no, I completely understand, and I think that is going to be a really great topic. But I also think it's something you're carrying with you every day.
It's in my bag.
Yeah, it's in your bag. It's pushing you to.
Yeah.
It's going with those samples in your bag to keep moving forward, right? To keep pursuing those things to get to that freedom, and that's really what it is that freedom. So that's something you carry with you.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
So I know we talked a lot about a lot of things we carry. Like, I know this was such an interesting topic when we first started talking about it as just like, let's just show what's in our purses. Like, I totally had this like vision of us like dumping our purses and being like, see, like, and that was really what it was. Like, and this has sparked such great conversation about like, what are the things that we carry with ourselves, and how do we change that, or are we okay with that? Do we like that? Like, do we like the purse that's in? Do we like holding that daily, right? Like, I don't know if you do this, but I have to do this every once in a while, is like actually dump my bag out and like get rid of all the receipts and get rid of like all the things that are like, this shouldn't really be in my bag.
And actually, as I was going through my purse, I was like, oh, there's a receipt. There's another receipt. There's a receipt. There's some trash.
Show you. There's complete shame here. And if I showed you what the inside of my bag looks like, it's like receipts everywhere. So yeah, but like sometimes you have to like dump that stuff out, right? To clean it out, to kind of get rid of that stuff. And I think that's totally like what this conversation is about too, is like us dumping our bags out and being like, okay, I like having this in my and
unpacking it and being like, okay, what do I really want to carry with me? What's worth putting back in my bag to carry every day?
Yeah. So crazy. So I
love it.
Just take like that breath, right? So any final thoughts in regards to what's in your bag?
I really hope that if other people hear this and they're unpacking their bag, if they are having troubles doing it by themselves, I hope that they will reach out and ask someone to help them unpack their bag.
Yeah. And we're here. You can always drop us a comment if you need that help or support, or just someone to listen. I just offered that for you. I'm here.
Absolutely. No, I'm here too. I'm a listener. I love to love on other people, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave us always with a quote of the week. So I'm trying to pick which one I wanted to do. I'm going to do this one. I think this one's really good. So friendship isn't about who you've known the longest. It's about who walked into your life and said, I'm here for you, and proved it. So
I love that.
I thought that was such a great little quote. I think it's such a great reflection too of like our friendship, as our friendship's like really new, probably 6-7 months new, but yeah, like walked in, and I feel like, I don't know for you if I've done this, but for me, I feel like you walked in and been like, I'm here to stay, and then like you prove that all the time, and I'm so appreciative of that.
No, seriously, like you encourage me, and you're just like help me get out of my head sometimes, and it's just wonderful. So thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, happy Valentine's Day again.
Yes, and everyone else, have a wonderful evening.
Yes, and if you guys are watching this afterwards, just #replay and like drop us some comments and let us know what you think, and maybe what you unpacked out of your bag while you watch this. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go, and
bye.
Talk to y'all soon. Bye.